Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys, I said this in all the other videos today, but we just got back from Charleston and we got to meet up with Ashley and Amani from Taste of Reality. That's why yesterday we were not on a live, but we had a great time. It was so much fun, but there's only so much downtown Charleston I feel like a guy can do, you know? So I'm really, really happy to be back on our little island. And yeah, that's that. But we do have some Real Housewives in New Jersey to talk about, some things to address. And yeah, I feel like I kind of agree with the sentiment that is being shared in this particular video. And I'm going to explain why. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's Okay, guys, so where do we begin? Probably the old wounds. Jacqueline Laurita is coming out after Melissa Gorga, and it's like, for what? Apparently, Jacqueline publicly criticized Melissa, labeling her as uninteresting. She also accused her of attempting to shift the narrative regarding Teresa Giudice's return from prison. So, Jacqueline claims that Melissa and her husband, Joe, were the ones who shared negative information about Teresa behind the scenes, only to later reconcile with her for the cameras. She also alleges that Melissa was jealous of the ease with which Teresa and Jacqueline mended their relationship. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think the whole time, and mind you, we see such an edited, condensed version of all of this shit, but like the whole time that Teresa was away, Joe and Melissa were helping out with the girls, and they were helping out Joe, Giudice, and Teresa. And I think through that, I feel like it creates like this, I think it breaks down barriers. Like all of the other tumultuous stuff that they went through before, I think this broke down a lot of those barriers to where it was like a refresh. Now, when Teresa got out, also, Jacqueline, I don't think was so easy to have that reset with. She did not want to have that reset right away. She wanted Teresa to sort of prove herself. And Teresa came out and she's like, I don't have shit to prove to you or anybody else. I said like new beginnings. That's what new beginnings. But Jacqueline really wanted it to go back to the way that it was from the jump. And she's saying that she believes that Melissa's jealous of how they mended their relationship so quickly. Like they didn't. Did you guys watch the same show? It did not get mended that easily. No. Speaking of Melissa, though, it was on her podcast where she did talk about how she's getting pretty impatient with Bravo's delay in like the casting decisions for the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And she urged the network to make a decision already and cast the damn show so that the cast can move forward. And she even shared a casting flyer on Instagram encouraging women to apply and highlighting her like she just wants to see the show move forward, which I don't blame her for that. Her words exactly were, listen guys, this might be getting me to lose my job for all I know, but at this point I don't even care. I'm just like, make a decision already, cast the damn show, let us know who's in and who's out so we can keep it moving. I want to help you at this point, cast the new show. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. On the flyer, though, it said, calling on followers to apply and practically offering her services as a recruitment specialist, I guess is what they're trying to say. They're mocking her, saying that she doesn't seem like she's very confident in her job security. But then she described what casting is looking for: energetic, outgoing women with big families. You don't necessarily have to be Italian, but when you think of Jersey, you do think of Italians. Yeah. And at this point, Melissa does seem she seems like she's trying to make sure that we can get this shit moving. Which they do have to kind of move on with their lives. Like you're leaving them in limbo. It was the same thing that they did to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's the same thing that they did to, or they're doing to the Real Housewives of Dubai. You know, I think it's easier, and I don't think that they want to cancel Jersey, so maybe that's just the difference, but it's easier. Like the Miami ladies, they knew, okay, we're done, you know, and then they took 8 years off and they were done. But then also for like Dallas, they know, okay, right now, you know, we are done. We don't need to sit around and wait. That's not what this is. We're done. That's important to know so you can move on. But speaking of moving on, Melissa Gorga also responded to cousin Kathy's claims about the private lunch that they shared, accusing Kathy of acting as if Melissa was dishonest about the meeting. But Melissa stated that she respected Kathy's request to keep the lunch confidential and was surprised when Kathy publicly discussed it. She also emphasized that she's the one who initiated the meeting and aimed to like honor Kathy's wishes for privacy. I don't know right now what the point. First of all, the back and forth, I don't necessarily understand it, but I don't know either like what is the point of doing this? Like what are they trying to achieve here? And why is Kathy coming forward time and time and time again and she's saying that Melissa needs storylines and she's trying to create drama for storylines for the show, but she's not even the one who came forward with it. Kathy came forward with it after Kathy asked for it not to be out there. So if she's not the one who even brought it up, how can you bring up something that you told her to keep her mouth shut about, and then you bring it up, you throw it out there, and then after you throw it out there, you accuse her of trying to use it as a storyline? Like, what in the hell? That doesn't even make sense. Oi. All right, we're going to move on. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I did want to share it. Bravo Snarkside put this up, and I was actually pretty shocked by this. Portia Williams' ex Simon still locked up by ICE to be taken to divorce court by federal agents. What? I didn't know that he was still being detained, but as of right now, that's what they're trying to say. So clearly we know that he's going to be deported. However, he has been deported before, I believe, and then he came back after he was deported, which I don't understand or know how that works. I haven't been deported. But are they holding him just until they can get through the like what kind of pool is that? Is it like you're getting deported, but before you go, you're gonna tie up all loose ends over here legally with your wife, this divorce, your financial obligations? Like, I don't know. I'm asking for a friend if that's how it works, because to me, it's kind of great for Portia, but also I've seen those facilities like on Investigates and stuff like that, the ICE facilities, and that just seems like that would be a nightmare. Like I would never wish anybody to have to stay in one of those. So I also kind of low-key wonder if somebody reported him and made this happen. Just saying. And no, I'm not pointing any fingers, but I'm sure you guys can connect the dots on that. So I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And yeah, we'll be back obviously today and tomorrow, but on Monday, we'll be back with hot, messy topics. Love you guys.